This video contains artwork and music from other artists, which I do not profit from them in any way whatsoever. Also, this video may not be suitable for children because I cuss like a sailor and talk about adult things. Thank you. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. You are listening to Raven Review. I am Raven, and today we are going to be covering the Star Wars book Phasma, written by Darlene Dawson. I'm guessing that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. So, before we continue any further, let me roll the spoiler thing. Okay, so the author actually described the book as Mad Max meets Star Wars. Yeah, totally. That's what this is. Uh, let me go over the story. There's basically two stories, kind of, about happening in this book, because you guys know I kind of go over the story. If you haven't listened to one of my videos, I kind of go over everything in the book, so that's the reason why the videos are so long. Let me start at the beginning. We have a character by the name of V or Vi. I don't really care how you pronounce her name. To check out a certain part of space when she is captured by the First Order, and she is grabbed by a new captain named Captain Cardinal. So he takes her basically to the bowels of the ship and tortures the ever-living fucking shit out of this woman in order to get intel on Captain Phasma, who is his arch enemy. Which is, yeah, okay, go with that. He's got a little droid that pretty much records everything that goes on at all times and monitors her vitals, I guess you could say. So, she basically tells the story that she's been told by a character we find out. Her name is Civ. She's from Parnassus. And she used to live with Phasma on that planet. So, the story basically goes when Phasma and her brother were really young. Her father and mother and family could not provide for him very well. So instead of basically starving to death, she stabbed her brother in the leg and cried wolf in order to join the Skyer. And from that point on, she was part of this Skyer tribe. Her brother eventually becomes leader, and they have a bit of a war with another tribe called the Claw. So yeah, there's this one guy, and he's kind of insignificant. He's the leader of the Claw, and he's like a monkey, and he does things with his hand. He does things with his hands, which are his feet. That's the best way I can describe it. It's really weird, and it's just kind of funky. It's out there, man. So he's like an ape man. We'll just put it that way. Eventually, Phasma does kill him, and I'll get into that in a minute. And say that would be a spoiler thing. Uh, so basically, what happens is they see this giant ship fall down. It belongs to Brindle Hux, and Brindle gets out of the ship before it crashes through a pod, and he's got a couple troopers with him and stuff like that. And so Phasma wants to know who this is. He meets him, but it breaks a treaty, and yeah, a whole bunch of shit just goes down. Phasma's brother doesn't want him going to find the ship. She doesn't care. Grabs a couple of her loyal, I guess, tribal men or soldiers. I don't know exactly how to place that. But people that are loyal to her follow her out with Brindle Hux to find this ship. And that's when they come across the claw, and yeah, it gets nasty. So anyways, with that said, they move on. They come across another village, or actually they get trapped or captured, or however you want to say it, by this other village who basically makes silk. And I'm not going to do this in any particular order. I'm going to kind of like bounce around in the book. That way I don't ruin too many things for you guys. I always do that. I never say the books in order, and I do that on purpose. So just to let you guys know, I'm not going in any order. But yeah, they make silks and stuff like that, and they capture the entire group, and they basically have to fight their way out in order to earn their freedom. And this place does this just because they don't make food. There's no food, so they kill each other for entertainment in order to pass the time as they starve to death, basically. So eventually Phasma and Brindle Hux, they do escape and stuff like that. There's a part in the book where I believe it's Brindle gets sick, and some droids that are obsessed with the creator kind of like saves them, captures them at the same time also. It's really weird. So they do escape that, and then eventually they end up in some radiation area where the ship is, and order to call the First Order, they have to get into the ship. So they do all these weird, different, odd ways to get into the ship. But because the ship is made out of chrome, it's very difficult to get in there because it blocks laser fire and other types of weapons and stuff like that. Meanwhile, her lovely tribe family has shown back up to kill the traitors, which is Phasma and all that, the rest of the remaining tribe, which have dwindled down over the period of the book. So one of them gets bit by this weird ass ugly scorpion or beetle. It's a beetle, weird ass beetle looking thing, and if it bites you, basically it turns you into like water and just leaves a couple organs behind. It's really descriptive. Really descriptive. So anyways, yeah, Phasma just does anything she can possibly do in order to succeed and be on top of whatever tribe she can be on of. So she does a lot of really messed up stuff to her tribe. and takes off to what we would call the stars, is how she placed it. And that's pretty much how she joins the First Order. She's also trained by Cardinal when she shows up. And then over the period of a year, she becomes captain. Did you go into detail about her armor and how she gets it? It's kind of an armor of her own design, but she does go back to Planosis, whatever, in order to collect her chrome armor, which is interesting because the ship itself is Emperor. God, I have a hard time saying that word. Emperor Palpatine's yacht, and so Hux basically took it over, crushed it, and Phasma basically savages it in order to create her armor. I'm not going to get into too many details about how, but yeah, that's what happens. So as far as the rest of the book goes, Cardinal does take this information of her being a murderer, of killing various different people, and someone that he deeply cares about, because this person basically found him on Jakku and helped mold him into the person that he is. So he's a very honorable person, and he respects the people that have given him kindness and have shown him basically a path to walk down. And I thought that was really neat that they did that with him. He's basically like the polar opposite of Phasma. So, but in any case, yeah, he does go to his superiors and stuff like that, and they don't really give a shit. And they feel that basically Phasma will take care of that problem because Cardinal has become a problem for knowing Phasma's history. And nobody is supposed to know Phasma's history as far as Phasma's concerned. So, yeah, they get in this epic battle, and Cardinal gets his ass handed to him. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the whole book. So, as far as the book itself goes, it's really good, but it's got its parts. It fills in a couple gaps of Phasma and stuff like that, but it's not really a read that you need to have unless you're like a diehard Star Wars fan like I am. So that brings me to my rating. What would I rate this book? I would rate it as yeah. It's just kind of, yeah, it's okay. It's a good
We have powerful friends. You're gonna regret this.
book. It's not bad. It's just kind of like, it's there. You guys don't really need to check out the book at all. If you don't want to read about Phasma, it's neat to have her origin story. So yeah, you do meet a couple really neat characters. Like I said, there's Cardinal, who's very honorable and stuff like that. There's Vi, who basically is a hacker, spy kind of person for the rebellion or resistance. Really interesting character, tomboy type character. She is just, I really like this character. I really love this character. Then there's Civ, who is one of the last people on her of Phasma's tribe, the Skyer tribe. And she has this machine called, what is it called? Denoxiator or something like that. And it sucks out all the nutrients and liquids out of the body and she shares these liquids with her tribe in for order for them not to get sunburned and for them to have some kind of like, I guess you could call it like health care, for they don't get sick. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as the character Phasma goes, yeah, she's just, yeah, she goes on a whole new level of just a fucked up character. Um, she cares nothing about anyone except for herself. Very selfish. So yeah, Phasma. So in any case, I have babbled for far too long. So I will talk to you all later. Don't forget to give somebody a hug. It may change their day, may change their life. And yeah, check out the book if you want. I'll give you guys a link. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Thank you for watching Raven Review. Please remember to push the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know when a new video has been posted. Also don't forget to like or dislike the video you just watched. Then you can be a awesome person by sharing this video with all your friends on your social media networks. Have an awesome-tastic day and thanks for watching.